Well, hello and welcome to the Threetles Guitar Nerd Corner. I'm Andy and I'm going to just show you some of the my equipment, so to speak, that I use when playing live. Okay, so you may know from being a fan of the Beatles that they had some what became iconic guitars. George Harrison used a Gretsch famously, and an Epiphone Casino, and John used also an Epiphone Casino, along with a Rickenbacker, very famously in the early days. And Paul McCartney actually used an Epiphone Casino as well on a lot of his recordings when he played the guitar. So you may notice that the guitar I've got, if you know anything about them, is more like a Fender Stratocaster style guitar, but it's got some clever tricks up its sleeve. And at the push of a button it can become any guitar I want it to, and including changing the tunings as well. I've got it connected up to my amp modeler, which is this Line 6 Helix, so the guitar and the pedal go together with a cable, and between the two of them I can get them to be any guitar rig that I so desire. And with the Threetles, for the earlier songs that we do in the early days of the Beatles, I tend to use the Gretsch model on this guitar. So this bypasses anything that you can see visually and does a simulation of what a Gretsch guitar. So if you think of George Harrison with the big Chet Atkins style guitar with F-holes, and the amp modeler, the pedal, is creating the Vox AC30 sound that you would have seen behind the guys. So I tend to end up with this kind of jangly sound. And so on like that. So that gives me the tones for the early days. I then will, another sound for example, this is very iconic. I'm just going to get a pick actually. Do this. Now, 12 string, the Rickenbacker 12 string that George Harrison amongst other guitar players made very famous on a song such as Hard Day's Night, Ticket to Ride, very clever indeed. And at the touch of a switch I can switch, the guitar will actually change sound. Back again. Just like that. So it gives me loads of options to be able to play the main riff with the 12 string and the lead part on a 6 string model. Other sounds that I tend to use are the Epiphone Casino that all 3 guitar playing Beatles used, and this is as famous as anything on this one. I tend to use it. I don't know actually if they did use it on that song, but I find it sounds very good. Again, Macca used it I think on the Taxman solo, and John Lennon used it very famously on the Get Back from the Rooftop gig. So again, I used it on that. Another go-to sound that I will use quite a bit, and this is again quite a nice sound from Let It Be. Put a rotary speaker effect on the amp. Studio, they would have had a speaker that spun round 360 degrees at a predetermined speed, or you could vary it in fact actually, and that is simulating that sound, so you get that warble effect. And I'll do you one more sound that I used. Oh actually no, here we go, I'll do you a couple more. This is my sound for While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and on the song, Eric Clapton actually plays the guitar solo. Now, legend has it that he went into the studio, recorded the song, the solo, and left and asked George Harrison to make it more Beatlesy. And what they did in the studio was run it through some kind of double tracking machine, which created again a warbling sound, so you get this sound. Again, I've been able to simulate it on this with a double tracker and just set it to quite an extreme setting, so you get this. Almost going out of tune really. And the clever thing here is, so when I get to the verse, when I turn the guitar volume down, it actually reduces the gain and the amount of warble. So it's not quite as wobbly as when I turn the volume up. And it's all done digitally, very clever. I will do you one more, very quick. Oh no, oh, should I do the sitar one? I'll do the sitar one as well. Right, so now the guitar, the pedal has told the guitar to be a sitar for Norwegian Wood. So that's the sound from the guitar. Now I could get this sound actually just plugging into any normal amplifier, but this pedal obviously makes things much easier. I can just do it all with my feet while I'm playing. Last one then, I will show you come together, which for the main part, I just play like this. The main riff obviously. When it gets to the solo, I have a harmonizer set to it. And the extra changes of foot switch there on the recording, the harmony does change, so again the foot switches can do that for me, so as I play through the solo. So that's it, very clever equipment, and I'm only scratching the surface. It can do so much more actually, but it allows me to have any guitar really I want and any amplifier, and it means that playing with the Threetles and the other bands that I play with, I get a more consistent sound every time, rather than a big amplifier that will only work well at loud volumes that is not suitable really for many smaller pubs. Anyway, I hope you've still paid attention. It was very nerdy, very geeky, but that was it. A quick rig rundown of the Threetles guitar playing. Okay, thank you. See ya.